Hello everybody, I'm Abdul Shamim, Assistant Professor at Renuka College based on Nagpur. Today I'm going to teach you the topic of affirmative to negative and vice versa. Now let's begin with what is affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence is a statement which makes it's a positive sentence. When we talk about negative sentence, so negative sentence always expresses the feeling of negation. And in negative sentence, you will always come across words like no, not, neither, none, nothing, never, nobody. Whereas affirmative sentence will always make a positive statement. Now we'll come to the exercise of converting affirmative sentences into negative. Let's take the example of a very first sentence. Atul is sometimes foolish. So there are certain rules of converting affirmative sentence into negative, which we have to keep in mind while converting affirmative to negative. The first rule is that we have to find out the helping verb. After that, we have to use negative words like no, not, neither, none, nothing, never, nobody. And we have to use the antonym of the appropriate words in the sentence. Now we are going to apply all these rules in the very first sentence while converting affirmative into negative. The sentence is Atul is sometimes foolish. Now the helping verb is given in the sentence, that is. Atul is sometimes foolish. We have to bring not after helping verb. Atul is not. Then we have to bring the antonym of sometimes as well as foolish. Because while converting affirmative sentence into negative, we have to keep this thing in our mind that we are only changing the structure of the sentence, but the meaning of the sentence should always remain intact. So that is why we have to bring the antonym of sometimes, that is always, and the antonym, that is opposite word of foolish is wise. So the answer will be Atul is not always wise. It means he is sometimes foolish. Now let's come to the next sentence. I am doubtful that she will agree to it. Again, we have to find the helping verb, that is am. After that, we have to put negative words not. Then we have to bring the antonym of doubtful. What is the antonym of doubtful? Sure. So the answer will be I am not sure that she will agree to it. Always you have to remember that while changing the sentence from affirmative to negative, only we have to change the structure of the sentence, but the meaning will always remain same. Now let's proceed to the next sentence. Karim is stronger than Abdul. Now here we have to read the sentence very carefully, and after that we have to see. We have to change it into negative. But apart from the rules just now we have discussed, there are so many rules. With the help of those rules, we can convert affirmative sentence into negative. Here, while using while using degree of comparison, we can change this affirmative sentence into negative. We know that it is used in comparative degree, so it can be converted into positive. When we convert it into positive, so we are going to use the word not. So it means we'll change it into negative. See, Karim is stronger than Abdul. What is given in the sentence then? It means it is comparative degree and the comparison is made between 1 and 1, Karim and Abdul. So we are going to change it into positive. In positive, we have to bring number 2 first, helping verb not as adjective of positive form as plus number 1. So the answer will be Abdul is not as strong as Karim. See, we have converted this affirmative sentence into negative. But here we have used the formula which is used while converting comparative degree into positive. So in this way also we can convert affirmative sentence into negative. Now let's come to the next sentence. She denied beating the boy. Now here helping verb is not given. So in that condition, what we have to do? We have to look for main verb. The main verb is denied. That is why we have to use the helping verb did. When the verb is given in first form, we have to use do. If the verb is given in first form and it is added with s or es, we have to use does. If the verb is given in second form, we have to use did not. And it always takes first form of the verb. Deny, denied. We have to find out the antonym of deny. Deny, admit. So the answer will be she did not admit beating the boy. I will always remember that terrible day. Here, helping verb is given. Always remember. Always, we have to bring the antonym of always. The antonym of always is never. Remember, forget. So the answer will be I will never forget that terrible day. And we can make comparison whether the meaning of both the sentences are same or different. See, the meaning of both the sentences are same, only we have changed the structure. The former is in affirmative, whereas the latter is in negative. I will always remember that day. I will never forget that terrible day. This is the best book. This is the best book on the subject. Now see again. When we read the sentence very carefully, we come to know that this is the sentence of degree of comparison. So, while converting this superlative degree into positive, when the comparison is made between one and remaining, we can make it negative because a positive degree starts with no other. So we have to use that structure. We have to use that structure, and we will convert it into negative sentence. So the structure is no other plus number two. Number two is given after adjective, book on the subject, helping verb as, then we have to use the adjective form. We have to use the positive form of best. The positive form of best is good, good, better, best. Then as, then number one. So the answer will be no other book on the subject is as good as this. It means this is the best book on the subject. So you have to remember that there is not only one way of converting affirmative sentence into negative. There are several ways which we have to find out which rule is going to be applicable here in this sentence. Just now you have seen that we have converted affirmative sentence into negative by using the formula of degree of comparison. Now let's come to the next sentence. All were present at the meeting. All were present at the meeting. So you have to remember that it is very important that the meaning of the sentence should always remain the same. It should not be changed. Only we have to change the structure of the sentence. That is why we are dealing with the topic of transformation of sentences. So all were present at the meeting. We can say that no one was absent at the meeting. Helping verb is changed. We have used the helping of singular form. Why? Because no one is singular. No one was absent at the meeting. Now we'll come to see how to convert negative sentences into affirmative. Now here we have to use the rules just now we have used in affirmative to negative. Here we have to remove the negative words, and after that we have to use the antonyms. Whereas in affirmative to negative, we have used all the negative words after helping verbs, and we have used appropriate antonyms. Here you have to remember that we have to remove the feeling of negation and use appropriate antonyms. Now let's come to the very first sentence. He is not always active. Remove the negative word not. Antonym of always is sometimes. He is sometimes. Then the antonym of active is lazy. So the answer will be he is sometimes lazy. It means he is not always active. He did not pass the exam. He did not pass the exam. It means we can say that he failed in the exam. You have never treated her fairly. You have to remove the negative word never. it is going to be removed by using the word always. You have always treated her antonym of fairly, unfairly. Now see here in the second sentence, why we have used failed, because it is the antonym of past, and why it is placed in second form, because the helping verb is given to us in past tense, did. That is why we have used the second form of the verb failed. No sooner had he seen me than he ran away. Now they can also ask the question of negative to affirmative in this way. We know that it is the question of no sooner, and we know it is going to be replaced by as soon as. So in place of no sooner, we are going to use as soon as. As soon as had is going to be used after the subject. As soon as he had seen me, then in place of then we have to place comma. So the answer will be as soon as he had seen me, he ran away. Now I will come to the sentences which are given to you for practice. And these sentences are of mixed type, affirmative as well as negative. You have to interchange them. Now let's come to the very first sentence. We were in the wrong place. The hint is also given to you, wrong. It is marked with red, wrong. You have to use the antonym, and you have to use the negative word after the helping verb. We were not in the right place. It means we were in the wrong place. It is a difficult job. It is not an easy job. N-E. It's a vowel, and before vowel we use the article, indefinite article n. So the answer will be it is not an easy job. It means it's a difficult job. He failed to keep his promise. Failed. It is given in past tense. So you have to use the helping verb did, because not he did not. Failed. It means he did not. We have to remove failed. He did not keep his promise. We can say that he failed to keep his promise. He did not keep his promise. No one but a fool would do it. Whenever you come across this kind of sentence, so you have to remember that no one but, it is going to be, these words are going to be replaced by only, by only. So in place of no one but, you have to use only. The answer will be only a fool would do it. None but a fool would do it. Only, in affirmative, only a fool would do it. There is no smoke without fire. These are exceptional sentences. Here, you have to use your logic. There is no smoke without fire. We can say that when there is smoke, there is fire. For the last sentence, no sooner had we started than it began to rain. Again, as soon as we come across the word no sooner, it immediately comes into our mind that this is a sentence of as soon as. So no sooner is going to be replaced by no sooner is going to be replaced by as soon as. As soon as we. Helping verb is going to replace after subject. As soon as we had started, then in place of then we have to place comma. As soon as we had started, comma, it began to rain. I hope you have understood the topic of affirmative to negative and vice versa. But still, if you face any kind of problem, so you can ring me up at any point of time. I have given my contact number as well as my email ID. You can also write to me on my email. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you.